Hi, how's it going folks? I'm Scott's and this is Scorched Earth. In this video I'll be running through my top 5 favourite build locations on this map. So I hope you brought your sun cream because it's going to be a hot one. If you enjoy the video, remember to drop a like and a wee subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, so let's head to the first location. It's actually quite a close one, and if you just look around, it's an absolutely cracking looking map. So we'll just come down this hill and we'll jump off the edge, and we have arrived. This is one of my favourite places due to this wee ridged area for a starting base until you can get your main base established within this gap, which I've actually had to build, been able to build a substantial base in there. A line of gates along the gap, same with this side here, some gates just to enclose it, and it gives you plenty of room for your teams, which is always handy when you're PVE building. You always need room for your teams. You've also got a good water supply and plenty of pretty wild teams about. There's capros in the water, you've got sabres, terrorbirds, lots of different teams actually spawning around this area. Oh. A thunderstorm in a desert, great stuff. Well, that brings us to our first location, which, just get the map up, which if we can get a bit of light is right here, and if I can remember where my, at 46.8, 54.1, so that's number 5 on the list, and yeah, it's one of my most enjoyable build spots. So before we get struck by lightning, I think we'll head on to the next location. Okay, so here we are over at location number 4. The thunderstorm's finished, just. Sun's came back out, and here we are at the Central Canyons. Northern Canyons, sorry, we were just at the Central Canyons. So we're at the Northern Canyons. These are lips, if I can just, that come out from the cliffs, and they're absolutely fantastic for building on. The only problem is you do get some fallovers that drop down on you, but as you see, there is absolutely hundreds and hundreds of space to build to your heart's content. You can even go over the bridges around, link up, build bridges across to connect them all up. As well, if you've got friends building close to you, then you can link the two cliffs up. So that is the Eastern Canyons, which is number 4, and all of these rocks can be destroyed to be removed, so you've got clear building space, which is good. Okay, so that is number 4 on the top 5. And just before I forget, we'll bring up the map and we'll show you the location of where we are. The exact coordinates. 32.5 latitude and 50.1 longitude. It's not too far actually away from the other location where we're at. Okay, pop them away and we'll head over to our next location, which is actually multiple locations, but I'll explain once we get there. Okay, we've arrived at our next location / locations, which is, this one is the blue obelisk, but all three of the obelisk come in at number 3 due to they all supply water, they all have water with them, they all have actually really good areas for building, plenty of teams and plenty of space to build. Good for resources, there's usually always metal about on the mountains and usually around the edges. So usually the resources aren't too far away. But we have the blue orb, the red orb and the green orb. I don't think we'll need to give you locations. They kind of stand out. So these come in at number 3 on the favourite build list. Plus it's absolutely stunning scenery with the building on the cliffs overlooking the water. Okay, so we'll head over to number 2. Yep, number 2 we're at. So we're going to head over there now and we'll see you over there in a minute. Okay, so here we are, we've arrived at location number 2, which is a really good flat area. It's close to a water source as well. We've also got a wee bonus ruin there, rare for a explorer note, which comes in handy if you're looking for a quick level. Also, as you see, there's plenty of teams about, herbivores, there's raptors, also a good variety, and you're just off, you're not that far away from the desert for mantises and death worms and things like that as well. Also, there's a really good Rex spawn, as from the way I'm facing the now. From the way I'm facing the now, there's a circuit that I usually do to get them to respawn, and I will show you a circuit once I get the location up for this build location. Right, so map location, we're here and we're at coordinates 75.1 and 68.8 longitude. Yep, so there we are on the map, just here. Okay. It is quite a dangerous area because you don't really have any protection unless you pre-build parts to bring over. And you do get the odd capital. So we're here at the southern east high desert. So that's what this is called, this area. As you can see, it is really flat. It's good, it's got wee inshots. Could be area that you can fence off, and as I say, there's drops come down, and I'll just take you around this wee circuit that I usually do. Right, follow this water here. We'll start off just here, and I usually there's one there, so we would check the level. If he's not a good level, I'll wait till he's finished shouting at me. So if he's not a good level, we would kill that one, head up over this way, over the desert, and usually, there we go, there's another. If he's not good, we would kill him again, and circle down here. Did I come down too early? No, here we are. Yep, come down this way. Then down to the back of this rock. Around here. Head back along the river. And there we go, we've got another X in. So if he wasn't any good, he would get the same treatment. And basically, you keep doing that until you get the best level of Rex you can, which you can also get. You will start getting tech Rexes spawning in as well, so you can get even higher levels. But that's another good bit for that. It's handy for when you're at this point. So that's what makes this one number 2 on the favourite list of base spots. Okay, so this brings us to number 1. This is one of my favourite build spots on this map. As you see, we are got a lot of RGs, a lot of nasties. This is a very, very nasty area, hence up on top of this high ledge. As you can see, there's crystal below us, there's obsidian, there's metal, and we've got cardinals. Right, I'll just lead them away, I don't want them sitting annoying us. And there's metal, crystal, obsidian, really good resources. So while the RGs are playing with them, we will sneak into actually the build spot. As you see, there's a drop right outside the cave door. This isn't an artifact cave, this is just a cave, a cut through cave. So basically, that can be fenced off, gated off. If you come in, you get a bit dark, so I'll put the torch on. You'll see there is resources of obsidian and crystal. It is a funny angle, some parts there anyway, is at funny angles, but if you can build with pillars, then it's not a problem. Crystal, obsidian, tons and tons. So once all this is harvested, that should make sure you've got enough set up for a wee while anyway. And as I showed, there is resources right outside your front door basically as well. So you keep following the cave down, and that gives you a back door as well. So a behemoth gate will fill that, and it'll give you plenty of space to get in and out. Got resources there, but they'll, once they're harvested, and you're near enough right onto red orb. So for your water, yes, it does mean you've got quite a lot of plumbing to do, or which you can pipe it all the way up. If I can find, I've lost it. Is that it there? Yep, that's it there. So if you look straight down, you can line yourself from the door, basically the exit, straight down to the water. So it's not exactly a hard place to pipe to, it's just it's quite a long one. So let's see, this gives you a lot of protection, and nothing spawns in here as well, apart from resources at the moment. But the resources will get fewer and fewer once you build. but there's plenty of other resources on the map, so... But the only thing is, as you see, it is very uneven, so pillar building is essential. Which, yeah, or even if you're just building down the bottom, it's actually a lot flatter than what... There's sections of it that is pretty flat, and he's followed me in. He doesn't spawn in here. So your first priority basically is, once you get in, is get some gates up or some sort of barrier up, because if not you'll have carnals coming in and visiting you, which is not a good thing. So well, so there we have it. We have number 1 on just take him back out. Must have followed me in. Yeah, as you can see there's pretty sure that's sulphur as well. Sulphur, crystal, metal, obsidian. Yeah, you've got all the goodies. So, if I can just land before this Cardinal comes back in, show you the map. And we're at 73.6, 34.2. And it's West Mountains we're at. So that brings us to my favourite, which is number 1, which obviously is this one, because you have the resources, you have the RGs, and the other mountain tames that are about, which you get a lot of rock golems, get a lot of cats, saber cats, carnals, different teams to keep you going, and you get the Ankies, the Dicarus as well. So you do get your farming teams up here, but this makes number 1. There we are. And if you can put it up with the angle, it can be a very, very safe wee base location. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you a few ideas of where to build when you come to Scorched Earth. And I hope you bring your sun cream. So if you've enjoyed the video, remember to drop us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.